Good to see everybody. Most likely won't be on the mic too much. Putting something together real quick for you guys, just so you know where we're at on the ground. So just bear with me a moment. If anybody's watching and they want to take it upon themselves, if they see something of interest and they want to go out there and verify, double check what it is, this is where my Jeep was located, and this is the area that I searched. This is the video that we're analyzing. This is roughly where Daniel's Jeep was, give or take. And one of the only places to cross is a wash right here. Here and another area right here, but I think it's more likely if he did cross the canal, it would be in this location. So once we're done analyzing all of this footage here, which I've gone through already multiple times, but I mean, you're going to have to do it over and over to be thorough. We'll come back out here, and I think we'll probably do this area here. That'll be trip 2. Trip 3, we might even just extend it a little ways out over here. Good to see you, Beth, Mustang, Stingy. Welcome in, Alice. If you guys see anything of interest, screenshot it and email it to me, sleuthintuition@gmail.com. Everything is tracked with GPS. There's a file that's kept next to each video that has all the tracking information on it. So if you see something, let me know. I'll mark the GPS, and then when I go out there, I already have 3 items that I want to go take a look at. Most likely nothing, but one actually looks like it could be human bones, but I can't verify that from the footage. So I don't know about you guys. I just got done working out, hitting the heavy bag and running the stairs and lifting a little bit of weights. It's too hot to go outside for a walk, so now I'm enjoying my coffee and analyzing some of this footage. Notice the angle that I changed. So before we were going way off to the right and then cutting left. Now we're doing more of a straight east angle, and then as time goes on, we just move the grid over about, I would say, 10 yards. I do believe he is out here somewhere. Good to see you, Mustang. Cindy, Sensei, happy Friday. Yeah, I hope his dad gets some answers, but most importantly, he needs to rest. Nobody should just be lost in the desert, while even though their spirit is no longer with their body, and if he is out there, he's most definitely not living. He deserves a final resting, a respectful resting place. Just to be lost in the desert like this is it's haunting. I don't like the idea of that. Mother Nature is a rough she's a rough one, and that's just the way it goes, but still I just feel like he's not at rest. So everything I'm doing it for Daniel. I know I wouldn't want to be laying out in the middle of the Arizona desert. Last time we were kind of doing this together, I had it in slow motion. I think I had it at about 33. We dropped it down to 25% speed, so it's going to be a little bit slower. Welcome in Sarah with an H. Good to see you, CJK. Let's pull up a map real quick. That way I can give you guys a point of reference here. We'll pull up Google Earth. I have everything marked. Ooh. First, but whatever. Okay, here it is. I should probably start putting some titles on these here. Okay, so this is Phoenix, Arizona. It's a very big place. And right down here is Buckeye. This is where Daniel lived or worked. I think he lived in Tempe. I'm sorry. He worked for an engineering company called Matrix New World, I believe. And he was last seen at his job site in Buckeye, Arizona on June 23rd, 2021. Last person to see him was a coworker, and coworker wasn't really a coworker. It was more of he worked for a company that was partnered with his company, and it had been the first time that they met or worked together. Just so happened Daniel was going through some things at the time, and we know that because we have the entire case file. At least everything that's not sealed, I have. It's 156 pages of interviews, and he was going through it. So, very large city, Phoenix, Arizona. Daniel was a geologist, and I believe this is the location that he was scheduled to work at there. Right here, I believe. And the coworker, quote unquote, said Daniel was acting strange, kind of looking off into the desert. He didn't have his shoes tied. And Daniel's boss had given him a call and said, "Hey, we're running late. I apologize that you guys are just kind of out there, twiddling your thumbs. I apologize." So I think he felt like he had some time. I don't know if he just said screw it or what. I mean, he could have been hearing voices. He could have been, you know, hitting a peak of psychosis, and I think he was struggling with that. He had been acting out of character for a few weeks prior to the incident, and all these missing people in these cases that we cover, it's the same thing. You know, the months and weeks leading to the tragic event, they're showing signs of psychosis, delusion, audible voices, and they don't want to bother anybody with it. So it's hard. They don't want to, they feel like they're being violated. They don't want to drag you into it. They just want to get away. They want to be free from it. So he took this road here. They found his Jeep in that location there. So he most likely exited right here on this dirt road. And I'm not sure if he came crashing in off this side or this side, but I believe it was right here. I think he came in at an angle, flipped his truck. Now, it's my understanding the original search area went all the way up to this canal here and then back down to the highway. But what have we learned covering these cases? We know that these folks who have gone missing easily traveled over 10 miles. So right there, that's already 68 meters. So he could have easily gone past that area. For instance, this is only 5 miles right here. And this is the area that I searched. He could have easily covered that, even though it was hot and he was barefoot. There was a case I was looking at where an individual suffering from psychosis said he had walked for miles, for at least 6 miles, he said, and didn't even know that he was walking. He said when he came to, he didn't know why he was walking. He didn't know how he got to where he was going. He just knew that he had traveled the long distance. So originally we were going to be here, but I decided to go out into the desert right here. So I drove out. I went through this wash here, scratched the hell out of my Jeep. No biggie. And then I parked right here. Somewhere in here. So the footage that we're getting ready to watch is this area right here. Yep, that's why we forked over the big bucks. I mean, I shopped around quite a bit for exactly what we needed. We needed something that could handle heavy winds from when we go up north. The winds there are just they're brutal. This drone will be able to handle that with ease. Gives us about 30 to 40 minutes on each battery. And we can easily take it 3 miles and back on one battery. So shout out to all of you who helped cover half of the cost of the drone. Shout out to the Sleuth crew for doing that, making that possible. We're also going to use the drone to help us tell a story this weekend of Benjamin Anderson. So we'll be out in Glendale covering that story. It was a brutal murder. Cindy says, "Did you see father-son video who found missing person in the desert? 10 years missing." No, can you send me a link? We'll take a look. I like hearing those stories. You got it, Sensei. What's up, Beth? V. Marie. Welcome in, Farmer. Am I live now or is the drone live? I'm live, but this is previously recorded footage. Yeah, we're gonna tell Ben's story the best we can. I'm talking with his best friend Daniel, and we're kind of mapping out what we want to do. I don't want to make him go out there into the hot to that heat. It's going to be 116 degrees this Sunday, and I just don't want to do that to him unless he's willing to. If he wants to come out on site, that's up to him. You know, maybe we'll sit down and have some coffee, and I'll just run the camera and the mic, and we can talk there. But yeah, I'm pretty sure I know what happened to Ben Anderson. I think he was lured by gang members in the local area who were targeting gay men. And then he was murdered as an initiation or to gain status. And the reason I believe that is during my investigation, we uncovered 2 other similar killings. And thank God these 4 perpetrators were arrested and charged with the murders, but that's exactly what they said. They said they lured these individuals with promises of sex, catfishing them only to murder them. There was 3 murders similar to Ben Anderson in a 3-mile block radius. Hey, Hiawatha. Exactly, Cindy. Cindy says, "I will send you the link, of that video if I can find it. I think it's a good example of what to look for. It was really hard to see, mainly the clothing stood out." Yeah, and unfortunately, Daniel may not have any clothing. He may have just had his underwear on, if even that. So it's gonna make it even more difficult. But I have this image in my head of, like, very decomposed skeletal remains. But, I mean, I'm just inexperienced, so trying to educate myself. Yeah, 100% sensei. And we have to fight against that. We can't just observe it, we have to be active. Evil in this world is very active. They're actively out there. They're stalking your children, they're stalking your wives, they're stalking us. They're plotting. They're waking up in the morning with 100% just disregard for anything that's good in this world. And that might have something to do with what happened to them as children, the things that they've been through in life. And, you know, maybe they don't have a soul. I don't know what it is. And you see there, I had to adjust my angle because I kind of was veering off to the left. On my controller, I have a large screen and it kind of tells me where I'm going and where I've been. So I know if I'm kind of veering off my grid. And that's why you've seen me kind of adjust a little bit because I was veering off to the left. I don't want to miss anything. Yeah, I hope not, Farmer. I hope there's nobody that looks at things like that. But I have a feeling that you're right in some cases. Hiawatha. After watching the video of Ben and the others again, it literally scares me. The Santiago dude definitely appears to be the leader and closeted. I believe so. I believe that was the motivation. I think he truly was having sex with these men and would later bring the gang involved or take photographs um, to say, like, look, I think he convinced the rest of the gang that the gangs and or the gays in the North Side have to go. That was all his idea. If you want status in this gang or if you want to be initiated into this gang, we're targeting gay men. Why? Because that's his own his internal conflicts was that Santiago character. And even saying that on a live stream is probably putting my life at risk, honestly. A lot of unsolved murders will lead right back to gang initiations. That's why there's no rhyme or reason to it, you know? When we look at the Delphi case, they ask, well, why Abby and Libby? Why Delphi? Why the Monon High Bridge? Why? Well, because the killer frequented in there. He was targeting the girls for whatever reason, and he's from Delphi. That's why. But when you have a gang initiation, it's just random. Like, why were they dumped? Ben was dumped in the desert where a lot of folks go target practice shooting, mostly people who are from the city. But people like me who are familiar with the outdoors and where to properly go shooting and, to get your day pass and, we follow the rules, we follow fire restrictions and things like that. There's other places that we go to, but gangsters and thugs from the city that want to go out and make sure that their stolen weapons are going to work properly, that's where they go, to locations where Ben was found. And I don't know if he was lured out there, hey, let's meet out here, we'll go hiking. I doubt that, because he was found in fishnet stockings. This dude was lured, catfished, and he thought he was going to go out and have a good time. You know, that's not what happened. In Daniel's case, I think he was suffering from psychosis, and they don't want to share that with anybody. They don't want to burden you. If they're hearing voices in their head, it's the ultimate intrusion. It's this invasive, dark force that is now in your mind. You can't shake it. You can't plug your ears. You can't go to a separate room. You can't leave the building. It's with you. It's following you. It's telling you to do stupid things, hurt people. In most cases, I think these folks run away because they have voices that are telling them to hurt folks that are near them. They feel like they're a danger. And it's real to them. Not everybody has the understanding like, hey, these voices are not real. Because it's very real to them. That's what we do, Olivia. We're content creator now, officially. Sleuth, when you go out next, once you are at the height that you are going to stay at, could you possibly put a pair trousers, shoes on the floor to help people have a scale of what to look for? That's a good idea. See, that's why I keep you guys around. This is a group effort. That's a great idea. Also, if you guys have any cases where they found missing people that have been out for a while and there's heavy decomposition, I know it seems gross, but send me those cases or send me those images, because we need to punch those images into this software that Amazon put out. There's a software that I'm learning how to use. We can punch in these videos here and we tell the AI, the artificial intelligence that's built into the software, these are the items that we're looking for. So, and it may be decomposed body parts even, because we know the animals are going to separate and scatter the remains. As horrible as it sounds, that's why we got to find him. We don't want to leave him out there like that. But we need to know what we're looking for, and we need to train the artificial intelligence on what we're looking for and what we need their help with. Now, according to the software, and I'm still reading the manual right now, and it's very interesting. A lot of it's over my head, but I'm educating myself. Apparently, whatever images that you punch in, the AI can, in most cases, find out if it's even hiding within the bush. So if we can give it multiple images of a skeleton, similar to what was found out there. There was another missing person that was found while looking for Daniel. It was a spinal column and a skull. So if we can put in those images, the AI will help us find it, even if it's within these trees, under a bush, partially covered. It will locate that for us. I have to wear these special glasses. They're meant for computer screens and things like that. My eyes are really starting to get affected by staring at these screens so much. But these glasses help a lot. I think they're blue screen blockers or something like that. Hey Jill, how are you? Good to see you. Yeah, juniper bushes, that's what these all are. Yep, you can even put into this AI, let's say somebody was missing and they had a name tag on. You could punch in that name tag into the AI, and if it sees anything similar to that, it'll point it out to you. It'll highlight it, it'll list it, it'll tell you where it's at in the footage. And I think that's gonna be a big part of the future of this channel is using that software, using this drone, and going out here and doing these things. But I can't do it without you guys. So, I can only do as much as the support that I receive, honestly. Good to see you, Olivia. Yeah, after this, Hiawatha, I'm going out to the park. I'm gonna set up my all my cameras and the drones and just make sure I know what the hell I'm doing. So when I get out to Glendale, I'll be ready. I just don't wanna go out into this heat. It's a good point, Farmer. There's a lot of folks that go off-roading out here, dirt bikes, quads, ATVs, horses. So when I go back out there the next time I go back out there, I'm gonna put up some posters in random locations next to some of these trails, hammer some stakes into the ground, and then put a waterproof, I've ordered them. I'm just waiting for them to come in. So you guys paid for that too, by the way. We use the Cash App to do that. So got 3 large posters. We're gonna put those out here. And that way, people that are out here riding horses, off-roading, going shooting, whatever they might be doing out there, I want them to see that photo of Daniel and let them know that he's been out there for some time, and if they could please keep their eyes open. Hey, She Warrior, welcome in. GP, good to see you. Feel like I haven't seen you in a minute. How are you? Redfoot, good to see you. I'm about to build a big drone that looks like a sphere. I want to make people here think they are seeing a UFO. The sphere part will be removable. Well, when I see a UFO sighting go viral, I'll know that it's you. Hey, Sensei gifted a membership to somebody. Oh, looks like Stingy over here. Good for you. Thank you, Sensei. Congrats. Looks like there's something in that hole right there. Almost looks like you can see like the javelina right here. I feel like I can see 2 eyes right there and a snout. I don't know what this is, though. Farmer, the Lost Dutchman gold mine is at the Superstition Mountain. We're gonna go film that mountain. We might go do that some point very soon. An alien hiding in a hole. Don't say that because then the men in black are gonna come out here and steal my footage. Flash me with that thing. Thank you, V. Yeah, you hang in there, GP. You know you always got a place here. Damn right. Yeah, you hang in there. This is what we're looking at, GP. So you remember I went out to look for Daniel Robinson and I took my drone. You may have been away, but there's a missing person by the name of Daniel Robinson who may have been suffering from psychosis. Went out to do some work out here. He was a geologist, and there's a well out here that they're digging. I think it's right here in this location. He went out to work. He was acting kind of strange. And for whatever reason, he just left his coworker and he was seen traveling in this direction. The day he went missing, they didn't find his Jeep for about 3 weeks. Some ranchers found his Jeep, and it was just right here. They had helicopters, drones, and everything, and they couldn't find his Jeep. But eventually they found it here. And Daniel's clothes, he had taken off all of his clothing here, his shoes, his shirt, his pants. He may still be wearing his underwear. I'm not quite sure. I'm going to look into that. And for weeks and months, they searched and scoured this desert here. Now, the official search perimeter went up to the canal here and then back down to the highway. That didn't seem far enough for me. In most cases where we have psychosis as a major contributing factor to the person going missing, or at least the motivation, they've traversed easily over 10 miles. And from the point of Daniel's Jeep to the location I'm searching, and I don't know if they came out here and searched this area, but I just feel like he could have covered 5 miles with ease. So we're going to cover, well, let me see here. Let me pull something up. So we took the drone out, and there's an area where you can cross right here. It looks like a wash, and the canal went under the wash. And we parked here, and we did a grid pattern in this highlighted area. So that's what we're looking at now. We're just analyzing that footage. So Daniel was working back in this area and for whatever reason decided to drive out into the desert, and they found his Jeep right there. It was flipped over, heavily damaged. He exited through the escape hatch here. I guess there's levers on the inside that will release the hatch. Exited his vehicle, took off his boots, took off his pants, his shirt, his I don't know, was this a smock? His work vest, his reflective vest. They found another sock not too far away up over these little hills. He has not yet been recovered. He's out there somewhere. He's got to be. If he's in that desert, he's not living. And there is a possibility that somehow he made contact with somebody. There is an interesting thing out here. Let me show it to you guys. There's a Catholic monastery somewhere over here in this area. So, I mean, it's possible he's with them. I could always check. They call themselves the Desert Nuns. They are hardcore. Very hardcore. But yeah, they're out here somewhere. But he could very well, have met somebody and said, "Hey, I don't want to go home." Like, "Are you okay, dude? You're naked in the desert. Like, what's going on?" I could tell him, "I don't want to go back home." He could still be. I mean, there's a small chance he's alive. You know, recently they found a missing person who was suffering from psychosis, went missing. They had a huge, you know, they thought he was long gone, but there he was on a live stream, and now he's back home, by the way, guys. He's in a hospital. So, I mean, you really do never know what the hell is going on. But here's the wash I think he cleared. I think he made it through here. And this is the area that we're currently searching. You guys hold that thought. I'll be right back. All right. Thank you, guys. Just had to take a little bathroom break. Yeah, we'll have a members live stream where we can just kind of, we won't take anything too seriously. That's right, Hiawatha. I have like over 3,000 people blocked. And really, it's probably 1,000 people with multiple accounts. But yeah, it took about a year and a half to clean everything up. Can you go back to Google Bird's Eye View of vehicle or two people walking so I can give us a good scale? Yeah. And these are about the average size of the trees that you're seeing out there. And they're really not trees, they're bushes. but we'll call them trees. And if you notice, his Jeep's kind of like a bluish green color, and it's almost the exact same size as one of these little trees here. So I wonder if that's how the helicopter missed. Now, remember, it took them 3 weeks. And two investigators, private investigators that were hired by Daniel's father, and I think Daniel's father himself, they find this highly suspicious, right? So law enforcement didn't find him, but a rancher did. So I don't want to go around accusing the rancher or anything, but if there was any kind of like foul play, I mean, that would be the first person I would look at. What the fuck you doing out here, right? Yeah, I'm not sure, Hiawatha. I don't think that it was open. This window broke out. So if this window broke out and he fell down in this area and you have airbags right here, they may have been blocking this window originally. And if you know that you have an escape hatch right here with apparently there's two large handles inside, you just pull those handles down and the hatch just falls right out. So to me, this seems like a much better choice. If you have airbags here, gravity's already got you on the ground right here. And instead of crawling up and out through glass, just open this hatch and walk right out. Question is, why did he take off his clothes, right? This has psychosis written all over it. 100%. We've heard stories of people taking off their clothes so they can hear voices better. They're just motivated by something that we just can't really understand. We would have to sit down and talk with them, like, tell us what you're seeing, tell us what you're hearing. But I think whatever was going on with Daniel hit a boiling point. He was acting strange with a girl that he had just met. He was just acting all around strange, out of character. He was out there living his life. He may have felt alone. And in most cases, these people don't want to share this experience. They don't want to burden anybody. And they can't necessarily live a normal life either. You can't go be a geologist when you have somebody in your head telling you to do weird stuff. You just can't. You got to run away and you end up being homeless where nobody's going to bother you. It's just you and your condition. And you're no longer a burden to anybody but yourself. I feel like that's how a lot of these folks feel. Yeah, GP. Because I have a fear. This is like a worst nightmare for me, you know? I couldn't imagine this. I just want to be prepared. I want to be proactive because there are signs. Aiden Clune, he was giving all the signs in the world, but just didn't want to burden anybody with what he was dealing with. I mean, how do you explain to somebody that you're hearing voices and they're telling you to hurt people and to do strange things? I don't think so, V, but I plan on stopping by there just to check in on him. It's a beautiful place. Let me see if I can pull it up. Maybe I can show it to you guys. Okay, I think I found it. Thought it was a lot closer, but it's still pretty close. It's called Our Lady of Solitude Monastery. And you can see I have Daniel's Jeep marked here. The area where I was searching up here. And the monastery is not far away. Looks like about maybe 6 miles away. Now, we don't know if he went walking in this direction. But I mean, it couldn't hurt to go talk to these folks, right? Hey, welcome in. Caddy Wampus says, didn't it show his vehicle's computer that it had been driving quite a distance after the airbag went off? Yes. And the private investigator found that very suspicious. But if you read the police report, they state that it's very easy that when Daniel crashed, that maybe he was unconscious for a moment or the pedal was wedged. So they're saying he could have easily have crashed, kind of been knocked out for a moment with his foot on the pedal. So the wheels would have just been spinning. So it's recording in the vehicle's black box that it traveled another 11 miles, but it simply could have just been the tires spinning, is what it says in the report. I don't know how accurate it is, but that's what the police report reads. I've read the entire thing. Welcome in, by the way. So, I mean, it would be interesting just to visit this place. But who's to say they didn't help him out? He's like, I can't go home. I'm suffering from psychosis. You know, I'm probably just going to go, live in the desert. There's nowhere for me to go. And they may have told him, well, we can help you. Yeah, I think maybe the airbags were in his way and he could have been knocked back. It may have just been convenient for him. Yeah, a lot of these folks who are suffering from psychosis feel like it's a demonic presence. Later, farmer. I will. It's not that far out of the way. I just don't want to be intrusive. So we'll see what happens. So that's where they live. I mean, the nuns, they live there 24/7. Welcome in, Chicken Noodle Girl. You live out there by Buckeye? Yeah, I mean, it couldn't hurt. Hey, have you guys seen this person? There's a lot of people looking for him. If he doesn't want to be bothered, that's fine. Just let us know. A lot of people are missing him and looking for him. May need medical help. Well, Chicken Noodle Girl, keep your eyes peeled out here. If you ever go out here, I don't know if you go hiking or driving out here or anything like that, just keep your eyes peeled. There's a missing man out here somewhere. Welcome in. We're glad to have you. What's that, GP? Send me a timestamp. I don't know what that was. It kinda looked like bones or something. Yeah, it looks a little different than the surrounding stuff. Only problem with coming this early is you have the shadows. The sun's low, so it's casting a shadow. You gotta deal with pareidolia. Oh, yeah, I saw that caricature. So there's a Microsoft company that handles the security for the overall internet, I guess, and they found some issues with it and had to shut down a big portion of the internet so that they could fix it. So remember, guys, we're not very high up. So if you see something, we're only 10 meters in the sky. So these bushes are probably the length of a body. So if we were to find a skull, it would probably be the size of this rock right here, something around that area. We're very close to the ground. It's like if you were standing on the roof of somebody's home and looking down at the ground. So you're still pretty close. Yeah, we're just 10 meters. Not high at all. You're welcome. Probably not looking at anything. Just interesting. Yeah, it's the right size. I marked it. I'll go take a closer look when I get out there. I'll figure out what it is. It doesn't seem to be proportionate, but still extremely interesting. We could go back and we'll see if there's anything around here. So there was this item here, not that far away. Hey, what's up, Danny? And I think a lot of what we were seeing on top of that was shadow games. Because if you see here, this is a different angle. Yeah, from a different angle, it looks totally different. Now, as the angle changes, the branches off of this bush right here will start to create designs over the top of this. But I don't want to explain it away. So anything that I even find even a little bit interesting won't hurt to go take a look. And I'm not really seeing anything of interest anywhere else around here. Yep. Yeah, the cameras on these are great. Thank you, Mustang. Honestly, Danny, I'm surprised we didn't see a whole lot more. Yeah, it is a harsh environment. But the majority of animals that are out here are gonna be, predators for the most part, and they're gonna wanna utilize every piece of whatever they find. Alright, guys, this is gonna be our five-minute warning. Feel free to go back and rewatch these videos. If you see anything of interest, shoot me an email, timestamp it, take a screenshot, and I'll take a closer look. I wish I knew what kinda underwear he was wearing, like boxers or briefs. Can't really tell what that is. Doesn't really look like anything to me, but it does stand out to me right here at the bottom side, bottom left. Good. Good. All right, guys. That's going to do it. Like I said, feel free to go ahead and take a look for yourselves. If you see anything, please timestamp it. Send me over a screenshot. And I'll keep analyzing the footage when I have time on my end. But as long as we keep doing it live like this, you guys will have something to look at on your downtime if you want to. Or if anybody following the case would like to get another pair of eyes on the footage, please do. And yeah, I'm glad you brought that up, Stingy, because we will be live on Delphi a little bit later in the day. So that'll be some good information to talk about. So you guys all have a safe weekend. Have a great weekend. And I'm sure you'll see me a few times throughout the weekend. I'll be out in Glendale Sunday filming and recording for the Ben Anderson story. So stay tuned for that. And I'll see you guys again real soon. Peace.